of you may not know, but I have a bachelor's degree in marketing, and today I'm excited to tell you that I am going to start a marketing series where I analyze and deep dive into the marketing and PR strategies of your favorite media personnel. I'm going to talk about them rise and them possible downfalls and why they never make it from a marketing standpoint. Hold on, it's a tape? Gaza no. Today we start with none other than the world boss. In my opinion, Kartel is one of the biggest marketing genius in dancehall right now. Nothing he does is by chance. Everything is PR. Now, this man is one of the most influential but controversial artists in dancehall. His career trajectory has been marked with success, legal troubles, and an unprecedented ability to remain relevant despite being incarcerated. Now, let's break down how he turned controversy into currency, incarceration into inspiration, and his release into the biggest PR moment in 2025. Now, Kartel rose to fame in the early 2000s, and he gained mentorship from Monty Killer as part of the alliance. But his ability to stand out in a genre filled with talented lyricists came down to several key factors. The first one was controversy marketing. You ever hear them say no publicity is bad publicity? Well, Kartel knew that and understood that outrage is promotion. Whether it was lyrical feuds, bleaching his skin, or singing songs that are too raw to go on the radio, he made sure that his name was always the topic of discussion. Kartel owned his craft and he delivered without apology. The feud with Movado was a calculated PR stunt. It split dancehall in a world of two, Gaza and Gully, and that ongoing feud divided dancehall into two camps, driving engagements and increasing his fandom and creating tribal level loyalty. I don't know if the skin bleaching was a personal thing or it was a PR move, but it was controversial, but a genius move. It sparked global debates while keeping his name in headlines. The next thing he did was product placement. Now, before influencer marketing was even a thing, Kartel popularized Clarks with his song Clarks in 2010.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shorts, straight jeans, cut off foot pants. Everybody have the arms, so we get my clocks.
It became a global hit and increased sales for the brand. When Kartel released that song, me not lie, but the company should have cut him a check, and I hope them cut him a check because the song made Clark's shoes the official footwear of dancehall. It sended sales through the roof in Jamaica. And the marketing lesson here is turn your personal style into a movement. Kartel made Clark's a status symbol. Imagine if Nike or Adidas got that kind of free viral marketing. The next thing he did was to diversify. He understand that dancehall and alcohol goes hand in hand, and Kartel knew that, so he came out with Street Vybz rum. He also came out with daggering condoms, because why sell the music when you can sell the lifestyle? He also incorporated cake soap in his brand, linked to the skin bleaching discussion. Nobody still don't know if a cake soap him didn't use bleach, because the man convinced we say a cake soap. This made him more than just an artist. It made him a brand, and it turned whatever he was doing into a lifestyle. Another way he diversified his brand was to create the Gaza Empire and developed artists. Now, Kartel built the Gaza Empire, mentoring artists like Popcorn, Tammy Lee, and Gaza Slim. And by doing so, he positioned himself as a mogul, which showed us that he isn't just an artist. He's also a businessman, a trendsetter, and a marketing mastermind. Now, let's talk about his downfall. His downfall was his legal troubles and his. So, despite his dominance, Kartel career faced a major setback in 2011 when he was arrested. For most artists, a life sentence would mean the end of their career, but Vybz Kartel turned a maximum security prison into his personal recording studio. His image took a hit, but he still controlled the narrative. Now, instead of fading away, Kartel used PR strategies to maintain relevance. One of those PR strategies was martyrdom and fan engagement. Now, Kartel's team created the Free World Boss movement, which turned him into a symbol of injustice, which forced his loyal fans to believe that he was unfairly targeted, keeping him in the public eye. Another PR strategy that he used was he continued his music release. So despite his imprisonment, Kartel's music kept coming. We hear songs like Fever that he did in 2016 and Any Weather in 2019 that topped dancehall charts, giving us and telling us, the audience, that I'm locked up, but I still run dancehall. So while other artists did a fight for earplay, Kartel was dropping hits from behind the bars like he had a better studio access than some of these free musicians. He also had strategic media leaks and statements. Kartel's team leaked letters and messages from prison to keep him in the conversation. I also remember when he did go on live with Russian, allegedly. The PR lesson here is that exclusivity creates hype. And since he couldn't do interviews or live performances, he made every release of those songs feel like a gift from God. And at this point, fans weren't just listening to the music. People that try analyze and decode hidden messages in the song, them like them a conspiracy theory. Every music drop felt like an event, keeping his brand alive despite his physical absence. Then there was PR through mystery. The ultimate how is he doing this factor. Was he secretly recording in prison? Was he sneaking out at night and going to a studio? Nobody knew, but the mystery kept his name alive. Many speculated he was recording from prison, adding the mystery and hype, and that made his music even more legendary. And the marketing takeaway from this is that people love a good mystery. Just give them enough to speculate. Most artists will have disappeared, but Kartel made prison his new marketing headquarters. Now let's come back to the rise and the resurrection. Now, Kartel made sure that he mastered the digital era. While most of his counterparts in age group, people will come up with him away on the radio, Kartel's team leveraged streaming services like YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music to reach global audiences. He used social media platforms to keep his brand alive, with pages posting updates on his case. He also knew that he had to collaborate with the relevant new and upcoming artists, in the collaboration with Squash, in the collaboration with Skilly Bang, and them man they did around the place at that time. So he knew that he had to leverage this, and this allowed him to tap into the new generation of fans. He gave us this living legend narrative. His continued success despite being in prison cemented his status as a dancehall icon. You know, the idea that he could still dominate the charts without freedom added to his legendary status. Vybz Kartel's conviction was overturned in 2024 by the UK Privy Council, and that just increased the anticipation for his potential official comeback. And a lot of us saw him out and about, and people were saying, why am I not going to sit down? Why am I not going to rest? Why am I not stay low key? But you guys never realized that this is marketing that was unfolding in front of us. He knew that he was going to announce Freedom Street, and for me, Freedom Street was one of the biggest comeback in dancehall history. After 13 years behind bars, Kartel was released, and instead of taking a break, he turned his comeback into the biggest event of the year. The man turned his comeback into a big New Year's Eve event. It was the return of the king. He had 30,000 people in a national arena and 150,000 live stream viewers watch that concert. And I must say, chef's kiss, he did well. He surpassed my expectation, and people treated that event like the dancehall Super Bowl. Everybody watch it. Vybz Kartel brought so much money into Jamaica with just one event for one night. After his release, we saw him getting nominated for a Grammy for his album Party With Me that he recorded in prison. He also got a MOBA Awards just the other day, which reinforced his legacy. He won the Impact Award, proving that even after 13 years in prison, he still is one of the most influential artists in the game. This was not just an award, it was a brand validation. That was a PR play, reinforcing that Kartel isn't just back, he's here to stay. And while we're at it, we can just see that Kartel's release wasn't just about the music. It was about redemption, loyalty, and survival. The fans saw him as a martyr, and he leaned in towards that. Everywhere the man go, you hear him say God are the greatest. He was from outlaw to survivor. Kartel didn't just come back and act like nothing happened. He leaned into the redemption story. He embraced his struggles, positioning himself as a symbol of survival and resilience. And you know, we as Jamaicans love a good survival story. Kartel's team made sure that his first interview and public statements framed him as a reformed, wiser artist, adding new depth to his image. This wasn't just a comeback, it was a full rebrand. And I think a lot of up-and-coming artists can take from the World Boss playbook and see why his PR and marketing strategies were so successful, because he understood audience psychology. Kartel knew that dancehall fans love controversy, authenticity, and resilience, and he played into those themes, making himself both a hero and a villain. He had consistency and an unmatched work ethic. Even in prison, he outworked most artists that are free. He had constant music output made, and it seemed like he was never truly gone. He knew that he had to expand his brand beyond the music. From fashion to business ventures, he created a lifestyle brand that extended beyond songs. He had mystique and intrigue. His ability to maintain mystery, whether about his music production, his court case, or his prison life, he kept people interested and engaged. And he made sure to embrace technology. Kartel adapted to the digital age, ensuring his music reached the global audience. Vybz Kartel's career is proof that marketing is everything if you stay controversial, but in a way that benefits your brand. If you turn challenges into mystique, make people curious about you. If you create a movement, not just music, you make your fans them feel like they're a part of something bigger. He made every release feel special because he knew that scarcity caused demand. Listen to me, as artists, you have to keep control of your brand, even in the worst situations. You have to stay consistent with the audience, and when you're making a comeback, it have to feel historic, because the music industry isn't just about talent, it's about controlling your brand, your narrative, and your audience's emotion. Kartel isn't just a dancehall legend, he is a case study in how marketing yourself so well that even prison can't stop your career. He has a career unlike any other. Kartel's journey from a rising dancehall star to an incarcerated legend and now a symbol of resilience is unmatched in the music history. His ability to market himself and stay relevant and control his narrative has ensured that even from behind bars, he remains a dominant force in dancehall. What we can learn from this? If you start a business, you can learn from this. Up and coming artists can learn from this. The moral of the story is jail might stop a man, but it can't stop a marketing mastermind. What is under my nose? I'm out.